green.
Green.
That's the new blue.
Now we're going.
Good evening, everyone. This is a Capital Outlay Committee meeting dated for October the 2nd at 4 o'clock p.m. on this afternoon at the conference room number 1. And we have taken the roll. Everybody is present. It's been signed. Everybody's in. So I need approval. I've made some modifications on the agenda. Item number 6B will be change orders on the animal shelter that Scott St. John is here to present to us, and we'll look at those on that item. Number 6D will be Lanham Library roof. And that's the only changes I have on the agenda. So
moved.
I need a
Second.
motion made and seconded. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Need approval for the previous minutes from last month on the 4th.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
We have a motion made by Ms. Reed,
Second.
second by Mr. Brown. Any comments on it? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion approved. All right, our next thing is we have no public comments, so we'll move on to unfinished business. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the, on 6A, which is the health department facility. Scott and I both are here, so we've been out to the health department. We had meetings with them this week on some stuff that we had some detail issues that we were discussing with them through St. John Engineering, and we went out to the job site to do some on-site visit again. They are moving along very well with that project. There's very few issues out there. We're addressing some things that we'd like to see cleaned up. Besides that, Scott, that thing's running pretty good, isn't it?
It is.
It's running very well.
Kind of scheduled.
Yeah, I think so. And they're already putting in the data conduits. I think after that, it's going to be, the electrical power will be going in. He's trying to get all of his underground stuff put in so that way he can get, I think he's going to try to get asphalt down. I'm not sure if he's going to try to get the base down before winter hits. I know Eric is on top of it though, and the interior walls are all being framed right now. Exterior walls are just about finished. The sheeting on the exterior of the building, the Denzel rock is already being installed. So they're moving right along and staying on top of that project. And I'm very pleased and satisfied with the progress that's going on out there. I know we have a meeting coming up pretty soon with the state, so we'll be on top of that. So that's the health department. Let's go on to animal shelter. And animal shelter, I'll go ahead and give you a quick update on animal shelter as far as my part of it. And I've been out there and met with Rodney several times. They have got the sewer system and stuff underneath the slab. They're about to get all that completed. They're very close, aren't they, Scott? Yeah, and so once they get that completed, and they're having inspections done in sections, so they can get ready to make that slab pour, because there's a lot of plumbing in it and it can't be missed. So they've been checking it twice. I know there's still some slow issues, but they'll be addressed at some time. So that being said, we have some issues with some few changes that have to be made. I've been going over them with Aaron and Scott quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. But they got to have some decisions made on those, so that way we can move them on and keep them moving on that project, because I don't want to delay them at all any more than where they're at. So Scott, if you would, you want to come up here and go ahead and share with us on that.
I'll hand out, there's several change orders buried in this packet.
Mhm.
We'll just step through.
Scott?
suitable material in the parking area and building pad were change orders 1 and 2. And we kind of got out of order as far as numerical order. What's on top is the next change order, which is change order 6, and it's related to the septic tank that y'all reviewed at your last meeting, this large septic tank that was found in the parking lot area. I talked through it, we got them a go-ahead to proceed on with that, and we just had not signed and formalized the change order. So on top here is that change order for the septic tank removal. So we just needed your approval. We'll sign this change order and move it forward, and that was for a price of $2,940.
We did. This number 6, we did approve it at our last meeting. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, Scott, but we have approved it, and I'm glad we did, because when they actually took and caved it in, it was a 12 by 16, 8-foot deep, not 6, or maybe it was 10-foot deep. It was very deep.
10 foot deep.
Yeah, it was crazy, but that was what they did back then. So I'm glad we went ahead and got that one approved, so.
Yeah,
You're just gonna have to have signatures on these, is that correct?
that's right. That's
Okay,
it.
and I can do that. I think I'll have to do that with the mayor. I believe that's who,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the mayor signed that contract, correct?
The mayor
Yeah,
signed the
Yeah.
contract.
So
yes,
we'll work that out.
So at the bottom are the signature spots, and the approved by the county is
Okay.
the middle one there that will need to get his signature.
Okay,
But in the first column on the left is kind of summary of the dollars, and so contract price with approved change order, which is the bottom number, they're right above my signature. So the $2,022,920 is at the point in time of change order 1, 2, and 6. That's the contract price.
okay,
So moving on, the next page is the backup, the change order request form. If you'll flip from past that, the third page down is change order number 3, and this is a credit on the Galvalume going to the Galvalume roof panels in lieu of the painted finish. So this is a credit of $7,000. Then that brings the contract price to $2,015,920.
okay. This is the one we sat there and we changed it, you know, it's okay. Everybody's good with that? Yep,
Next page is just their backup, their request form. The next page is change order number 4. And this is the big one that we need to kind of work through and approve tonight and make sure we get them going on. This is additional water hose bibs and a drain and catch basin in the canopy area. So this was really at the request of the animal control staff. Wanted 2 additional hose bibs and the relocation of 1 hose bib. And then as we've all talked through the new canopy at the left side of the building, there's a floor drain in that concrete slab that's included in this. So this is a increase of $9,520. And the breakdown that I got from the contractor was, it's roughly $6,500 on the water part and $2,000 roughly on the sewer, on the drain line part.
and I have researched it, and he's probably he's really close to what my numbers are, okay? Because I asked Scott to get me a breakdown on it, because I want to know. I don't like them, just give me a lump sum thing. I want to know what the breakdown is. The plumbing part is, on the hose bibs, is because one of them is in a spot that they don't feel like they can use it, so they're moving it to a different location, and they've added 2 new ones. Is that the hose reel ones that pulls down?
It is, and it's
They're
the ones
expensive.
with the
Okay.
hot and cold
Yeah,
as
and they're a little
well.
more expensive, that's why it's that kind of, and I kind of was thinking, yeah, that's where the money's at. So, he's right. The outside drain, is on the, where they drop off animals. They have to hose them down because they can't carry a parvo inside, so they hose them down to try to keep them. So we're running that drain in, tying to the existing, sewer system where it's, treatable.
So it's about 6,000 in materials and 3,000 in labor, is that what you're saying?
Well,
For-
no,
for
the-
all- No, not for just that drain. The drain is only about $2,000, I think. 'cause
Yeah, so it's, think of the water portion being the hose
Sep- yeah.
bibs, and then the sewer portion being the drain. They said about 6,500 on the water and about 2,000 on the drain work. But of that 65, yeah, that's labor and materials, so. The next page really is Romac's description: install new P62 hydrants along copper lines, shifting one closer to the kennels, install 12-inch nyloplast drain. And then the next page, which are the next 3 pages, are our design sheets. And the changes are clouded like a revision cloud. If you want to see more closely as to where those 2 new hydrants are being put in and where the one is being relocated, that shows up on these design drawing sheets, clouded in a rev cloud. So Craig had expressed the need for those additional hose bibs. We did a plan revision, issued it to the contractor for his pricing, and that's where the $9,500 price came in.
I don't do this. I'm just letting, yeah. And the drain one is this one right here. It's not going out this way. It was actually coming back inside. Okay. Does everybody kind of understand them? Or not? If you've got a question,
Yeah.
ask now. It's easier for me and Scott to be able to explain it to you as not. Do you see where the cloud revisions are at? That's what he's talking about. They're just little clouds around them. You can see it.
Yeah.
I don't know how better to describe them as
Yeah.
clouded areas. And Terry, I think you
I'm
told
familiar.
others that on the drain line in the slab, we're not taking it out
Yeah.
to the detention basin. It
It's
will
going
go
back in.
into the building and tie into the
Here.
sewer.
See, it was this way. We're not doing that. We're going inside and tying it. Carrying it all through our septic system, our sewer system. Okay.
The next sheet, which is kind of my handwriting, just, this is draft to discuss the aluminum awning at the side entrance. So, the county expressed the need to delete the small canopy on that facing the building left side, which is the drop-off area for the dogs. So there was a small canopy over the door, and you'll see in a minute the deletion of that, the credit on that, the putting a larger awning over that slab area out there, and of course that drain being in the center of it. So the contractor has obtained 2 quotes, and then Terry has helped obtain a 3rd quote. So the next page down is Nashville Tent and Awnings quote of roughly $26,000. And this number does not have, this is a raw number, it does not have overhead and profit by Romac built in. The next quote that they obtained is from C&G Sheet Metal, and you'll see that quote was roughly $27,500. And again, that's just a raw quote without overhead profit by Romac. And then the 3rd one is from Home Improvement Services, Gary Gannon Company, and the estimate cost is $17,800.
Why do we have 3 different sizes?
They're basically, well, one of them's a 24 by 30, because that's probably what I told Gary on the phone when I contacted him. The other ones are 20, one of them's 20 foot by 28 foot wide, and one of them's 20 foot by 30 foot wide. So the 30 foot wide is what we're after anyway. So, but Gary went out 24, which is fine with me. I mean, I'm, especially when I saw his price on it. So, what can I, you want me to tell him what I recommend?
Yes.
What I recommended to Scott was, let's not give this, let's not put this in the contractor's, hands. Let them pour the slab, and we'll let the county hire out the contract for it. Save us money.
I'm all for that.
I'd rather do that and pay, you know, let Mariana just pay this who we approve straight out, and we'll save 25%, because they're gonna put 15 and 10 on it, or more.
25%'s a lot.
Well,
That was
there
gonna
you
be my question to Scott, was when he was talking about Romac putting their numbers to it, so we would buy it, and then they would just tack on money to it.
That's correct.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, for example, Nashville
For
Tenon,
doing what?
go.
passing it through their
Passing it
company,
through
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
So,
yes, it would be advantageous for y'all to be able to buy it straight out. It's a pretty easy item to coordinate, and, you know, it's not a lot of crossover between disciplines that,
the only thing that's gonna cross over is gonna be us telling them that size of that concrete pad, or making sure Gary knows where or whoever we hire. Make sure they know the size of the pad, and if they want it thickened wherever the columns are gonna be, or whatever. Because they're either mount right on top of
Yeah.
mount right on top of the concrete pads.
so if you give a nod of approval on that, then we will just coordinate with Romac and get that coordinated, and of course work with you,
so we've already
Terry.
approved change orders 1, 2, and 6, right?
We have approved change order one,
One and-
2, and 6, yes.
Okay.
So would this be easier if we just go ahead and do each one of the change orders and approve them that way, or?
Yeah, let me, if I could, get through the next sheet.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Behind home improvement services is it's a change order request. It's not an official change order yet, but we'll pull it together. But this is the credit for removing that existing side canopy that I mentioned earlier of $4,700. So
So that
You
would
would-
technically be change order 7.
that is change order 7, yes. So it may be that you want to act on that tonight as well and approve that. I'll pull the official change order sheet to it that you could get the mayor to sign,
Okay.
if you're good with that.
All right, so let's go ahead and go to, let's do number 3 first, okay? We've already done number 3, because number 3 is,
No, we've done
no, we
1,
have
3,
1,
2, and 6.
2, and 6. So, but change order number 3 is the approval of deducting the Galvin roof, which I thought we
Galvin
already
roof.
approved that. But we're officially gonna approve it tonight, okay? So I'll need a motion to approve change order number 3, which is removing the the painted roof and changing it out to Galvin.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any more discussion on it? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion approved on that one. That was done. So number 4 is the plumbing part, the 2 parts of the plumbing that's gotta be fixed. And, it's for the total of $9,500. And we need a motion to, this one right here is we're actually kinda holding them up on the drain system
And the pad.
and the pad, so we need to make a motion to approve this and or whatever.
Make a motion to,
Got a motion made by Mr. Hollingsworth.
Second.
Seconded. Any more discussion on it? All in favor say aye. Aye, motion approved. The next one is the,
Skip 5. I do number 7 next.
number 7. Let's do number 7. That is to remove the the existing canopy that we have on the drawings, which is a smaller canopy. It was actually too small for what they needed it for. And then, because we're gonna wind up changing it out and going to this larger one, okay? So that's to change out, this is to remove it and get the credit back for that removal of that canopy. I need a motion for that.
Make a motion to remove it.
We have a motion made by Ms. Reed,
Second.
second by Frank Watkins. Any more discussion on it? All in favor, say aye. Aye, motion approved. So, now then, is that all of them, Scott?
Well, if you wanna
Number five,
jump
we
back
would, on number five, that's technically the actual doing.
Removing,
No, five is actually the doing of the big awning.
okay. We have to make a motion to remove it from their contract, is that correct? Well, we never,
Well,
it's
if
not
you
in their
recall,
contract.
it's not in their contract. It's just really a motion to move forward with it as county purchase, not through Romac.
That's
purchase.
what we're gonna have
That's
to have a
what I'd
motion.
like to make a motion, that we do it on our own and not through Romac.
So moved on.
We have a motion made and seconded, and the motion is to remove it from Romac's hands and take care of it through the county, purchasing versus letting, Romac handle that part. I will coordinate with Gannon and make sure with Scott that everything looks okay with it. When we go that route, I'll get drawings from him. I'll make sure everything's going on that route, okay?
Do we need to make a motion who we're gonna pick?
I'll
So don't we
amend
have to
my
have a
motion to
bid
go
by
ahead and,
3?
I'll amend mine to go ahead and say, and due to the three quotes what we have for 25,981, 27,496, and 17,800, that we go ahead and go with Gary Gannon since he is the low bidder. If
You
Jimmy's
you
okay
approve
with,
the
if Jimmy's
change?
okay with the,
Yeah, I'm so moved on that one too.
okay.
We have a motion made and amended and approved, seconded. So any more discussion on that? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. Are you good now?
Good, thank you.
Okay, I'll get these to the mayor, unless you need any more. I don't think there'll be an issue, getting him to sign them.
Yeah, I do owe you the cover sheet to change order 7
Yeah.
and removal of small side canopy. I'll get that
Okay.
to you in the morning.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Scott.
What a difference.
Huh?
$9,600 a lot of difference.
Well, somebody turned me on to him, from my church,
There you go.
so.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, let's go on to item number 6C, the HVAC systems at the jail report. I'm gonna turn that over to Rick.
So we met with Lee Company and spoke with them, and as of right now, we have about 6 units being repaired, parts ordered, POs pulled. We have several others that we are waiting for additional parts that are several weeks out, but they all are part of the air conditioning part of it. Right now, we're focusing on the heat part of it with the cold weather conditions coming up. So we are in the process of getting those taken care of. I'll have another update next time as far as they should all be. They promise within the next 3 weeks that all the heating issues will be taken care of. So that's where we're at on that.
Now, I know they've done part of the jail heat test. Have they done the other part
Yeah,
already?
all the heat tests have been done. All the orders, everything that they know that needs to be repaired has been submitted.
Gotcha.
So it's just basically right now, mostly it's just waiting on parts to come in.
I know Rick and I and Frank have met with them several times. They kind of drug their feet. We got back in touch with them and kind of put them on the burner. So they're actually got moving a little faster now. So they have been sending the quotes in a little bit better. So I believe, have you been getting a copy of the quotes too?
No, I've told them to just shoot
Well,
direct to
Rick and I have been getting them. They're sending them both of us. That way I can make sure he's getting them. Because I've been getting some and he didn't get them, so I would make a call and say, hey, you gotta make sure both of us have them. But we have gotten the quotes back and I think they're about to get where we might be able to consider all of them on the roof where they can, in the pods, that they can be, where they can turn the heat on.
Functional.
Yeah, and functional, and they
functional, yeah.
work.
We still have
Um,
several other, issues that that we have to take care of, but most of those will be. We have some compressors that are out.
Sure.
It changes every day.
It
We
does
thought we were
change.
really caught up, and then just last week we had a unit struck by lightning and compressor blew up. So I mean, it changes every day.
Every day's changed.
But we're doing the best we can about
Okay.
trying to get them all going.
Anybody got any questions for him on it? Everybody good? All right, thank you. Let's talk about number 6D. I've handed you all out an item that was brought to us back in July on the library, Lanham Library to be exact. This is on the roof system. As everybody knows, that tariffs now have kicked in and are continuing to move up and down. And metal building manufacturers that do make metal building components are very unstable right now, is the word I would use right now, because they go up one day and they're down the next day, or they go up twice the next day. And so right now, just on our materials alone, I can figure around 3 to 5% is where it's changed since we got this back in July. So we did not ever pass this on to Budget and Finance, and I want to get this approved. And we had that amount wrote down there at the bottom, approximate amount. I'm going to go ahead and keep it at that for right now. Let Budget and Finance either figure out they want to go up a little bit or not, because the total number was under this number that's wrote down here. So that being said, I'd like to get it, motion for it to be approved and sent on to Budget and Finance for them to get this put out for bid, or however they want to do this, because we cannot sit there and stand to let it stand longer and keep going like it is.
So would they approve the amount, and then wouldn't Capital Outlay approve how it would be, how we would go about doing the job itself? Like, you guys would decide whether or not we wanted to stay contract or bid it out, or is that correct? I feel like maybe we
I
should.
know from the previous meeting, you said the last ones that we did through the co-op. That way
Yeah.
everything's on the same warranty.
Correct.
But this company that we
This
have, this is a
well,
little
this
different.
job would be a little different, because you're talking about actually
Framing.
having to build framing and all
Yeah.
that stuff. All the other roofs are products. Yeah. Now we can double check with Scott. Now we can ask Scott. We've been working with Scott St. John's company about holding specs for roof materials that have warranties. Now that's kind of why we usually bring Scott and them in, is they would be if we decide to bid it out, whoever won the bid, we would be holding them to those specs, and that kind of helps keep out the
Yes.
the cheap materials.
Yep.
And the specs would have to meet a certain standard and maybe even a certain warranty.
Hey, Scott, when you remember this, right?
Stacy, I worked
Okay,
with Stacy on that one.
So
yes.
you may not know what gauge she was looking at on the standing seam. Probably 16, wasn't it?
I do not know.
And so this right here has not really any
Right.
quote unquote specs to it. This is a very broad,
It's a broad spec,
budgetary
yeah.
number. That's kind of what I was asking. Like, so in my opinion, what I would like to do is, bring in Scott St. John Engineering, work with Stacy about drawing up specs, and then having it bid out,
Yeah, I do.
and make sure that the specs are held for materials
You
and
think we need to go
warranty.
to Budget and Finance though with this first and get it approved?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we should approve that part of it. That way, with Budget and Finance approves the money, then we can go ahead and move forward and not have to
Yep.
wait another 30 days or another 60 days to
I'm with
approve
you.
that part of it.
So what I hear you're saying is we need to approve, one is sending this on to Budget and Finance, two is
hiring Scott
get
St. John,
Engineering to get on and get it,
make specs
out
and bid out
and get
the
bid
project,
that
correct.
package out. Yes, I agree. So we'll need, we will have to have a motion to do that. And can I make a motion on stuff, or am I stuck?
It's not preferred.
I'm not doing it then. Okay. Well, there you go.
You need a motion to send this on.
I need a motion to send this on to capital outlay, to budget and finance.
I'll make a motion to send it to budget and finance.
A motion made by Ms. Reed,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Brown.
So then if it does get approved, it comes back here and then we'll do St. John's, right?
Yes,
Okay.
they will tell, I have a transfer letter, and I will ask everybody on the,
Or do you wanna, or can we, or
Yeah.
would we have it in our motion that if approved by budget and finance, to get it expedited, have it to where if approved by budget and finance, it would
Go on.
it would move forward with the specification part of it and confirm with St. Scott.
that's the way I thought we made the motion.
Okay, just checking.
Wasn't that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that what you want?
Yep, that's what I want.
What he said.
You want a second?
Because I don't want to sit,
Tim, you good with that?
Tim, you go?
Yeah.
All right. So with approval of budget and finance, we'll notify, and I'm in that committee, so I'll know how they handle that, and we'll get word with you, Scott.
Yes, thank you.
Like you don't have anything else to do.
I hadn't been that involved. Stacy Slayball, architect in our group, had met, worked through, we try to go down the route of the co-op with a company that is pre-approved, and we had to back up when that wasn't the desired route of the county. So
The county, to my knowledge, the county doesn't use that co-op.
yes,
They're not a member of that co-op or whatever, so.
we've come up with, just so you'll know, we've come up with, design options, preliminary options to make the repairs, worked with a company to make sure that was a workable option. So we've gotten pretty deep into it, and I think from here it's finalizing specs, bid books, plans, but we're definitely understanding the scope.
Okay. Well, we have a motion made and seconded, and any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion approved. I would like everybody to please sign the bottom of that so we can send that on to budget and finance. And, let's see, where's my? Okay, that's all of the old business I have. At this time, I want to move to new business, report from maintenance supervisor then. Rick, you're on.
Alright, so since we're on the roof discussion, the Justice Center also, we spoke on it the last time I was here, and I kind of did the same thing where I just gave you guys all the information, and we didn't really proceed with how we were going to do that one. And I'll just give my opinion. We do it pretty much exactly like we did CCAP. It'd kind of be the same step where we bring in Scott St. John, and I work with Stacy on this one also. Have them work with Trimco, which is the co-op that the county uses, with the specs. They go over all the specs, basically, approve everything that they submit. They kind of work with the county, with the job, just checking everything as the job's going on, checking over everything. The only difference would be, in my opinion, when we did CCAP roof, we had, because with the CCAP roof, we had a general contractor also on top of this. So we actually had 3 companies working on this one roof to make sure everything went. In my opinion, I feel like now that Terry is part of the county's he's assumed this role, I don't think we needed an extra general contractor. I feel like between me, Scott St. John's company, and Terry, we can kind of coordinate together, and we could skip that step and save the county, I would say, roughly about $250,000 on this job. So basically how it would work is we would still use the co-op through Trimco. We'd still have their product, their warranties. The only difference is they would submit their 3 or 4 contractors, and it would be bid through those 3 or 4 contractors. They would come here. We would pick which one we wanted based on however, whatever price they gave us. But it would basically be us picking out the 3 contractors, and then we would just work with that whatever contractor we chose through Trimco is who we would work with. So then you'd have Trimco on the job, you'd have that contractor, and then you have the county and Scott St. John as basically working as the GC. So the only difference between CCAP roof and that roof would be is the county, we would pretty much be our own GC, working directly with Trimco and directly with whatever contractor we chose. And like I said, that's probably $200,000 that we could save doing it that way, maybe a little bit more. And we'd still get the the warranties that are in this packet. And they would fall under the same.
That was not, that project was not put into capital projects for this coming year, was it?
No, it was.
It was.
Oh, okay.
It was.
It was,
yes,
one-
yes.
yes.
Okay.
I've got the list of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just haven't. We were just. There was some talk about just the funding of it, but it has been approved in capital projects. We just hadn't decided on how we were going to do it yet, as far as if we were going to bid it out, go to state contract.
Okay. So is the funding already there?
It is. I've been told it is there. Yes.
Okay.
That's what I've been told. There's one going to see.
Okay. All right. Okay. And is that Trimco who we've done the other
Yes.
roofs that we have the
Mhm.
warranty with?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Okay.
So, do we want to decide on something on that today, or if you guys still want to wait on that? That's where we are on that project.
So what he's needing to know is how to proceed, and we have to give him directions on which way you want us to bid it out, right?
Correct. Or if you want to bid it out, or go through state contract.
Yeah. I'd rather save the money myself, but that's, somebody else has got to make that decision.
How can you look at
I'm all
me?
about saving money, so
Go for it.
You want to make a motion?
y'all make a motion
What is
Two.
it?
to go the route that,
By state contract.
yeah.
Co-op. Use the co-op. County use the co-op. And
What do you think that would roughly save us?
if we work as our own GC, I'm roughly guessing around 200,000, maybe a little bit more.
You pricing Terry that high?
No. Oh, I'm worth, trust me, I'm worth
No, I'm just
that.
saying that's what the
No.
it's on a $2 million contract. I mean,
Yeah.
you could probably speak to this better than I can. I'm not really in the business, but
I agree with it.
a $2 million
At 10% is
job.
200,000.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at 200,000 top on for a general contract.
I'm worth more than 10%.
I'll second.
Come on, dude.
I'll second it, Terry.
We got a motion made, seconded. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion approved. You good?
Yeah.
All right, you know which way to go now.
We're good. All right. Just a couple quick, few things that we had come up that we talked about getting done that need to go over. The little partition wall at the trustee's office that they asked for. We got it built and done, completed. So we're just gonna be next year. We'll be doing his new countertop L-shaped desk design that they want to do. But
Did we approve the new counter? I know we approved the wall.
We never approved
Yeah.
the wall, we never approved the.
I thought we approved the other
actual
one.
Countertop.
But anyways,
Yeah,
that'll be
because,
next year.
yes,
we
we
can
did.
we can
Yes,
revisit.
we
I didn't
Yes,
think
we
we
did.
did.
It just because it went down and went
I
around.
We
thought
can-
he was supposed to come back and bring us a drawing.
He
I
did.
thought
He had it.
He
I
did
had the
it.
drawing.
He has it. I think we've approved that part too.
Yes,
but they're
we
not
did.
they're not wanting it done until
I'm,
next year.
I'm just
so-
teasing.
Okay. So,
Yes, go ahead.
So the partition wall has been completed. The carpet has been replaced in the library's little. I don't know what they call that room, but
Because of the MOLD?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
to the growth because of the growth
yes.
and the roof leak.
The
Yep.
roof leak.
That's been replaced and done. We did have some complaints of mold at the or growth. Sorry, at the ambulance station on Avoca Road. So we brought in Serpro and had that mold remediated or growth remediated. Got it all removed, painted all the walls, replaced all the sheetrock that they tore out, and had a air quality test done, and all that came back as good.
Is that around the bathroom?
There was some in the bathroom, there was some in the living room,
Yeah,
and
and a bedroom?
bedroom, and a closet. Or, well, it's like a storage room or
No,
whatever.
I know. I've been there before. I've seen that.
So,
Yep, okay, good. So you got that took care of too then?
Yep.
All right, good.
that's all I have. Oh, and the lights at the Senior Citizen Center parking lot
I was gonna bring that up under new business B.
have been replaced, to my
Rick,
knowledge.
I talked to them this week and they said they love you still, and they really love that light. Mr. Hurston, they like that light.
They like your light.
There was actually several lights that was on that pole that
Yeah.
were
Was that,
the
whose
It-
end
it's
was
Duck,
that on?
Duck River.
Duck River.
Okay.
Well, we'll take the credit.
Well, I mean,
We
yeah,
made the
well,
calls.
I had to go up there and, but yes,
You had to go up there and show them how to put the.
By the
hook
way,
wire.
they said we're gonna be watching tonight too, so
Give-
they watch it.
all right, that's good. Nice.
Well, we do appreciate the help we got and getting that installed and getting
Gotta
it
keep 'em-
fixed.
gotta keep 'em happy.
Yep. So thank y'all. Anything else? Any other new business? If not, let's set the date for next meeting in
November
November,
6th.
which will be November the 6th is what I have.
Yep.
Is everybody good with November the 6th?
Yes, sir.
Four o'clock good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 4 o'clock, I got it set, and that's all I have, and I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A
Second.
motion, second. Anybody object, you can stay. All in favor, say aye. Aye.